Welcome viewers all over the world. My name is Mpelo Mbalo. This is Ubomi Talks, your favorite show on your favorite channel, Global Conference Television. We are back with part 2 on integrity. The previous one we learned crazy things and deep stuff about integrity. I'm with my dear friends Pastor Tony Simoni and Pastor Caiphas Simono. Men of God, are you good?
Thank you.
Well. Love you so much, man of God. Thank you so much. We are touching on the issue of integrity again. And the previous episode we spoke about the issue of men forgetting and neglecting their own seed, their children. And he spoke about Abraham sending Hagar with Ishmael, just with small, I don't think he even knows what happened to them. He didn't even care what happened to them. He continued with the promised land and everything that God was saying to him. He was carried away by God's promise, but he didn't take care of Hagar and Ishmael. In our communities now, I think 7 out of 10 kids are in the same situation.
Actually, they are angry. If I was an Ishmael, I would be an angry child. Yes. Because that boy almost died. The mother was helpless. It took God to come and help that child. So there are many young children, young boys who are growing up very angry because the father is doing well somewhere. He's respected somewhere. He's in a high position somewhere. But he decided to hide me because maybe he had me out of wedlock and he was protecting his marriage. So I grow up without knowing my father because I'm being hidden. Integrity will say, my wife, I went out, I made a mistake. I slept with another woman. I got a child with that woman. If our marriage will be affected, it'd rather be affected. But at least I'm honest. This is me. Because there are many people, many men who are in their marriages who look like everything is well, and they've got kids that the wife does not know about. That's not integrity. Integrity is to be honest with yourself and say, this is my action, this is what I've done. I'm not proud of it, but I'm willing to take responsibility of what I have done.
And this is a problem that is brought all over the world, that we as men, we don't take responsibility of our mistakes. We've got a way of shielding these mistakes and not really be there, and because I think we're afraid of the status that we've built as a man. I've built this status, so if this thing comes up, it's going to affect my position and my status, and the community where I am now, they respect me as this man who's doing all good and who has this beautiful family, complete, not broken family. There's this language that we use now of broken family. I don't understand, because now a community can raise one child. I don't understand when you say the family is broken. It's languages we are using, but it goes back to the issue of integrity, of people not keeping their word, not keeping, not doing the right thing. It has become difficult to do the right thing. We go back to God and then go back to the original culture, as you say, of God, that if we were doing things according to the standards of God, we were never going to be in the position we were in. I think the fear of God left men and left us. Hence the upbringing, our fathers, our forefathers, our great-great-grandfathers, how they lived, they shifted us a bit from integrity because they were able to do things and then hide them. How do we go about restoring, especially what you're talking about in terms of the word of God? How do we go about it, restoring a man and then reminding a man of who he is concerning the word of God, and how does he deal with the issue of neglecting the child?
Before I answer that question, I want to touch a bit on what he said earlier on. I discovered that some men today, when they die, you see children coming from different angles.
Yes.
Say, he's my father. I had this boy for him when I was so. A whole lot is happening in our community, and I think our viewers out there need to open their eyes to what we are really saying here, so that we understand what integrity is all about. You can't say you have integrity when you are sleeping around. When you, like he said, you are not faithful to your wife. Your wife does not know certain lifestyle that you've lived in the past. So it's important that every man out there should be sincere enough to make sure there's transparency in marriage, there's transparency in dealing with the children. Now, coming to what you the question you asked, bringing back or restoring man back to the original track, the standard is still the word of the Lord. Joshua chapter 1 verse 8, he said, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. He said, thou shalt meditate therein, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written. According to all that is written. He said, only then thou shalt make thy way prosperous and have good success. The book of the law is authority. The word of the Lord is authority. That word is, see, when I teach about marriage, when I deal with singles in church and I teach them about marriage and how to get married, how to know the right spouse and all that, I tell them something. If you want to know Mr. Right, you want to know the right man, the first thing you must discover from the man, does he fear God? You enter into that marriage, you know that he's still drinking, you know that he's not a Christian, and the pastor was telling you, no, this guy, he said, no, pastor, don't worry, I will change him. He will end up changing you. So the point is, if you want to start restructuring men back to track, the fear of God.
Powerful stuff. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. This is powerful. Does it mean now integrity is caused by lacking wisdom and not having the fear of God? Because when you have the fear of God and have wisdom, wisdom helps you to know how to operate. Wisdom helps you to know what to do and what not to do when you have wisdom. Is it safe for me to say most of us as men will lack wisdom and the fear of God? Men of God.
Wisdom, when you talk wisdom, we talk the fear of God. If you don't fear God, you cannot have wisdom. And maybe there is something that I'm picking as we are talking, that it's very easy to claim to have integrity when things are easy.
I love it.
There is what we call being a man of integrity when you are under pressure. I'm seeing Joseph coming. Here is Potiphar's wife. Beautiful. He is a man, he's not dead. And nobody sees him. There's pressure, you know, from the flesh side. And the man still decided to say, I'm not going to sleep with you. Not because people are watching, but because I've got a God that is
the fear of God.
That when you are under pressure, like for example, when the police catch you now and say you've been driving 180, you've got to be arrested. If we don't arrest you, we need 500 on the spot. A man of integrity will not pay that money.
Yes.
You'd rather beg them and say, guys, I'm sorry. If they arrest you, it's okay. Because now you are paying for, but that's why you will realize, or integrity, we talk about it, we don't understand it. Because as a man of integrity, I don't pay Jojo on the road.
Yes.
I can't take my money, give to the traffic cops. Because if I get arrested, if they find us, I'm also going to be charged for paying those guys. Because I'm not a man of integrity.
Yes.
So when Daniel was under pressure, they said to him, we will see. Today, nobody's going to pray to that thing that is praying. He's God. There was pressure there. If it was anybody else, he would have said, God knows, I've been praying all this time. But for today, I will skip. Because if I pray, I'm going to be, there's going to be a problem. And the man continued to pray. That for me is integrity. You don't become a man of integrity when things are easy. I said to another man that it's easy to stand there and say, saints, the Lord is helping me. These women are proposing me. I say no. Or this man is proposing me. I say no. Wait until you get a man that when you look at, you feel something kicking in you. You feel like this is not something you can reject like you don't see. Be honest, be a human being.
Just everyone.
A woman that walks in and you feel like, wow, this is, you are human. Are we no longer human?
Yes.
We are human and say, wow, is this a human being? Wow. And when you are at that wow moment, she comes and say, have sex with me. There is pressure there.
Pressure.
And you feel you want to sleep with her. That's where integrity, that's where we see integrity. Because that's where you must say, I will go against what I feel because of the God that I serve. It's not like I'm not feeling anything.
This topic is very deep.
Yes.
You see, where we are going, it's critical. Now, we bring in pressure to measure up with integrity. Pressure at the the ability for you to escape certain pressure will reveal your level of integrity.
Yes.
So that means until there is pressure, we can't say we have integrity.
No.
Now, he's speaking about Joseph in Genesis 39.
Yes.
That guy was in the midst of affluence. I mean, the master left everything for him. He had every room to just sleep with the wife. The wife was pretty. But he said, I will not do this thing against my God. See, the fear of God and my master.
Wow.
So the two reasons why you should have integrity is not to sin against God and against people.
Fear of God.
So if you remember, when Joseph escaped Potiphar's wife, even though the woman came and lied that, oh, he slept with me and all that, and they took Joseph to prison. Now, because he was able to endure, he protected himself. He stayed from Potiphar's wife. When God promoted Joseph to become the prime minister, Potiphar was nowhere. At this time, the same Potiphar who threw him in prison started looking onto him. So when you escape from certain pressures because of your integrity, God releases your promotion.
Now, understand pressure, because I think that's where the issue is when it comes to men. In the beginning, first episode, I said, the first part, I said, there are a lot of pressures that come to men, that men end up acting. The response we give to pressure as men is the one that takes us out of our integrity. I love what saying about Joseph. Joseph maintained himself under pressure. He had a sober mind. Because you need to have a sober mind. We need to be sober-minded when we are under pressure. Because what happens is, when we're under pressure, our mind goes around and look at different options. Before you fall into the pressure or into the situation that is presented to you, you start thinking of how are you going to cover it. Because of pressure. You are not sober-minded. When pressure comes, we must be sober-minded. Be able to take yourself out of the pressure, out of the situation, and be able, wisdom comes there, be able to see it after all is done, what is going to happen.
Let's be honest, man of God. Let's be very honest. Society today says a man is a provider. That one is acknowledged. That a man is a provider, meaning you are the one who's supposed to buy these, take the kids to school. But unfortunately, the way things are, women are in positions of power. Women are working better jobs than men. You'll find that men, most of them are not even employed, and women are employed, and now you're married to this woman, she's making good money, and you can't, and there's still that pressure that says you need to keep the standard, you need to be able to provide. That is where you find men selling drugs, men getting into deals that are unholy. You find pastors getting into deals where they are busy with tenders and they've got to pay some money in the boot, 200,000 to someone in order, because of pressure. When I get home, I'm expected to be this giant, and I need to keep up with what is going on. We are in trouble. We need grace.
Pressure. We need to really pray, because there's too much pressure on men these days than women. There's too much pressure on men.
Leadership is on
there's too much pressure, and I think it's because of God's plan about a man. God's plan about a man is to lead and stand out, not to be in a group. And like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and Daniel, they rose above the rest. There were other boys there, but they made decisions concerning how they're going to operate and what they're going to eat. They made decisions because of the fear of the Lord in their lives, and the wisdom that God gave them, because it is the fear of God that they had that gave them wisdom how they operated. And they were so much under pressure. They were never asked what to eat. They were given food, but they made a choice and made a decision. We are not going to eat this food. It's choices that we make in the atmosphere of pressure. The choices we make as men.
And right there, men of God, they said, okay, we are hearing that there's fire that's been prepared.
Yes.
That's pressure. We are forced now to worship something else. When they were at that pressure level, they said, you know what? We know how God will save us. Even if He doesn't save us.
So we are ready to go.
That's integrity. That is integrity.
Integrity is to go to the deepest parts,
Yes.
not caring what people say, is to do the right thing. That's integrity.
If we don't understand the personality of God, we cannot have integrity.
I love it.
It is difficult for you to claim that you are a man of integrity when you don't understand the revelation of God. Because true revelation, true integrity comes from your understanding about God. Why did I say so? Daniel chapter 15, 16, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They told the king, they said, okay, we are not careful to answer you on this matter. Which means all this while they've been respecting the king. But when the king brought something that was irritating them, they said, we are not careful to answer you. If our God, their God we serve in, He is able to save us. But if He does not save us, we will not still bow. Now listen, the king got angry and increased the fire sevenfold. The Bible said the guys who threw them into the fire, they died because of the pressure. The pressure killed other people around. Now look at this now. As soon as they got into the fire, the fourth man appeared. When you have proven integrity, the fourth man always shows up.
Christ will appear with you.
The fourth man. See, the point is people don't know that if I can endure this, God will show up. The next phase after the pressure is actually God.
Yeah.
But because we can't endure to that end, we allow Satan to take control. And it's affecting pastors, affecting men.
Everyone.
Do you know something, man of God? The truth is Satan understand the role of the man in the house. So what Satan does is that he first of all come to attack the man. And if Satan attacks the head, the family is gone.
Because the goal is, once the integrity of a man
is gone,
is gone, then the whole family is messed up. You can have a family of your own, but the family can be broken.
Yes.
Because the man
is not restored,
is not in his own position
of leadership.
Let's talk about an integrity of a man who is in power, man of God.
Yes.
Maybe we mustn't leave this one. Because when you are in power, you speak and your word becomes law.
Yes.
What we see now is that a man is in power, people are coming, they are looking for jobs. You choose the pretty one, you say on one condition.
Yes.
You sleep with me, then you get a promotion.
Yes.
There are women who are married women, because they are under pressure, they are looking for jobs. They come to the office, they find me there, I say, all the women you see in this company, they had to sleep with me for them to be where they are. So you also have to do the same thing. You see, I think we need to talk to a man that when you are in power.
I mean, men who are in power, they abuse the authority they have. They abuse the power they have, and they misuse it. That's the problem with most men who are in power. They feel like I can say anything to anyone and they will do it because of the power that I possess. And that is a sign of a man who've lost integrity. But now, come to think about it, he's never lost integrity when he was in power. Him going there are processes of losing integrity. Integrity is something that is intact within us. As a man, God has given you integrity. When you are born with integrity. It's something you lose throughout your life by making wrong decision and bowing to pressure. Imagine if we never bowed to the pressures of life, most of the men, what kind of a world are we going to have? If men stood up and made sure that whatever happens around them, that puts pressure around them, they were disagreeing. There are men who agree to deals and they lose integrity. There are men that can have integrity all for 70 years and just one decision, they lose integrity.
Exactly.
How do we help men to become sober-minded? In repositioning them back into the right way of having the right integrity so that the world can look up to men again.
If you check Africa today, look at the leadership of, governments, presidents, and one of the problems we are suffering is that there is a problem of greed. I'm saying this because what I see in power is that since I've got 4 years to rule, or I've got 8 years, whatever it is, as an African leader, the moment I step into power, I want to acquire everything because of the pressure from here, left and right, and because I know I just have 4 years.
Yes.
Now listen to this. Now, he goes around,
collecting
everywhere, like abusing power, going around.
Men.
I think it's a slavery mentality. It's a servanthood mentality, because only servant, when their masters are out, they come to sit on their master's chest, say, hey, I'm the king today. They abuse authority, they abuse power. So we need to start telling our men, our leaders out there, that once you are in power, it's a privilege. God puts you there for a reason. So no matter the pressures that are coming around you, you've got to maintain the principle of God according to the ordinance of integrity.
On that note, men of God, go ahead. Speak to men. Speak to men who are in power. Speak to men who feel like they've lost their authority. They've lost their dignity too. Just speak to men and tell them, integrity.
I want to talk to every man out there. We are not all perfect. We are not perfect. We are humans. And the flesh is not saved yet. So you go through issues.
I love it.
Yeah, we are being saved.
Yeah.
So you go through issues in life. The pressures from women, pressures because of money, pressures from different angles. Please, wherever you have failed, as you are listening to us now, you can start working on yourself. God has not given up on you. You can start where you are now to say, I've listened to you today and I want to start redirecting my focus. I want to start restructuring my focus. That's what I will tell you.
So you need to shift your mind, shift how you think. You need to start shifting your mind now. Men of God, go ahead.
I would say, when you are in power, never abuse the vulnerable. I'm talking to men of God out there. Women come to you for counseling. Some of them are vulnerable, some of them are weak. Some of them you can sleep with them, it will be a history. But you need to know that God is always the defender of the helpless.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you exercise integrity in the space where things are just given for free, you are setting yourself up for promotion. God bless you.
Wow, this is awesome. Integrity is what you work on in secret. You work on integrity in secret, but integrity is tested in public. So what you do in secret, God will show it in public. Some of the deals that you sign, you're signing them in secret. And the things you do to get those deals in secret really counts. Eventually it's going to show up. Whatever, if you're doing fraud in secret, it's going to show up. If you're sleeping around in secret, it's going to show up. Integrity is what you do in secret. It's very important. The scripture I read in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 1 says, a good name is better than expensive perfume. The second segment says, a day where a man is dead is better than a day when a man is born. What does it mean? The question is this: what are people going to say to you and about you when you're dead? What are words and what are people going to reflect when you're lying down and there's no breath? What is the world going to say about you when you're dead? Value your life and be a man of integrity. God bless you. Thank you so much.